It's Gemma here. So I was gifted something. I was gifted this by Scrawlbox. This is really nice of them actually. I kind of thought it was a scam, but it's not a scam. They actually sent them to my studio. So you get loads of lovely stuff in the box, but today I'm gonna have a go with these acrylic markers. This was actually quite cool because this is something I've wanted to get for a while, but markers aren't really my thing, so I might hate them. Sorry, Scrawlbox, I might hate them, but we'll see how I get on. I don't know what paper to use. I feel so uncomfortable with markers. It's not something I really use. I'm gonna have to. So I've literally never worked with acrylic markers before. I've worked with acrylic paint, so I don't know what paper to use. Like, what paper does one use when working with acrylic markers? I've got like a basic watercolor paper. I've got like my finest quality super thick watercolor paper, which is what I normally use. And then in the box, there was like an A5 white card pad. Looks like this, but I don't know which one to use. So I'm just gonna be really bougie and go for the finest watercolor paper, have a little play, see what happens.
So I'm just drawing out the line. There was a pencil that came in the box, but it was a hard pencil, and I'm definitely a soft pencil artist. But I think it's really good because there are like tastes that develop as you use more materials. So like if you're a beginner, you're not going to know what you like until you've tried it. I am drawing like a fisherman's cup, so I collect a lot of like, and I have a lot of pottery in my studio, and I love going around to like random antiques markets and thrift stores, which we've been doing quite a lot lately because we've actually bought a house for the first time. And here we go, so I'm just putting in the eye, the window to the soul. So there was a really good strong black colour in this, which is really nice.
Like kind of, I want to tell everyone about my toys.
You're supposed to be talking about the blending and how I'm using the acrylic markers to blend so that you get the like rosy cheek.
So my toy name is Roar, and Roar is very excited and sometimes very mean.
But he doesn't really have anything to do with this acrylic marker video.
And
he's a dragon, he's not even fish related.
The dragon eats fish.
That's true. Sorry, that was a really little interlude from Wolfgang. Here's my fisherman mug coming together. You can see the fisherman mug in shot here. I was actually really surprised by the blending quality of the markers. I don't know whether you're supposed to use them in that way. I think there may be supposed to be more of like a coloured feel thing, but I actually really liked experimenting, and I found that you didn't dull or damage the brush by doing that. So why is there a random 4-year-old here? It's actually because it's half term. And I guess that's kind of my advice for illustrators today. I think illustration is a fantastic profession in the beginning because the beginning is this big on-ramp, but you can wrap it around different stuff and build at your own pace. If you want to do a couple of books in your lifetime, you want to do your full-time job as a teacher or a plumber or an engineer, whatever you do, you can do it. If you want to be a full-time illustrator, go fully for this creative life, which a lot of people will criticize the industry for that, but I think it's really brilliant. Actually, using these markers was really nice because they definitely feel more of like a entryway into creating. I was using them and I was like watching TV with Wolfgang during the half term. That was really brilliant. There's no mess, there's no fuss.
So I would say overall, I really liked the box actually. I was quite surprised with how much that I enjoyed being able to play, and that I think if I was being given it every month, it would be like, there's new stuff that I can really challenge myself with. I wasn't as comfortable using the acrylic markers as I was using the materials I normally use. So that was really interesting. The one thing that I did find a bit of a drawback, I loved having a limited colour palette, and I thought it would be really good for like pattern making and that sort of thing. But it would have been nice to have a bit more contrast in that palette because I'd drawn my fisherman's cup. I wanted the background to be like blues or greens, and I didn't have anything in the kit that would contrast that, but I think that's just a personal preference thing. Obviously, if you were getting more than one kit, you'd have other colour palettes coming through, and for beginner artists, working in a limited way like that is really useful because you can make stuff that's cool and you're quite proud of quite quickly. I think they're all right. It's good.